Good morning, everybody. Hi there. This is Sita of the Shawl Knitter Unplugged, and once again I'm coming to you from Jodhpur, India, where I am spending the winter and having a fabulous time with all my crafts and crafting materials and incredibly inspiring color. So Jodhpur is known as the Blue City, as the old city was all painted blue. In fact, it was a lime wash mixture that was mixed with blue pigment, and the houses were painted that way for a couple of reasons, but apparently currently it is said that the color blue keeps insects and flies away, so that could be interesting in the very, very hot summer months. I think I just have to slightly lower the camera, so just bear with me. And there we go, that's better. So yes, I am here staying in this gorgeous family haveli, and this is actually my massive apartment. Well, it's basically one very large room, and it is scattered with all my treasures, materials, yarns, my loom, lots of fabrics, and a whole lot of samples that I've been making. So for anybody who doesn't know me, I am primarily, well, I'm a fiber artist. That's actually what I am. I'm a textile designer. And I dabble, and my life is colored by yarns and threads and fiber, and I'm a colorist. I love color, and color comes totally naturally to me. I don't think too much about it. I love it, and I use it without any fear or, any doubts. One can always undo what you've done, it's never the end of the world. If you have perhaps used a color that you do not feel is suitable, you can just start again. So yes, I am here. Last time I made a video was probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I just arrived in Jodhpur, and I just quickly decided to sit up on my rooftop and share my space and what was going on with me. Since then, I've gathered quite a lot of materials, because that is actually what I mostly do in India. I'm also a tour guide. I take my own tours called Mystic India Tours. I take small groups, and I had one in October, and I have another group in February. So I decided to stay in India in those months in between. So I'm going to be here for 3 months. I've already been here for 1 month in this place, and in February I will have another tour, and then I'll move around a little bit. So the 3 months in between, I take the opportunity to find interesting and different fibers, test them out, knit a lot, weave a lot, and make some products. I'm also extremely lucky to have a wonderful friend who is a tailor, who I've known for 11 years. I've been coming here almost every year, and we do some work together. His name is Tara, and he is an incredible tailor, and mostly of accessories. He makes incredible bags, cushions, and he uses antique embroidery, tribal embroidery from the Rabari and the desert people of Rajasthan. And I have 1 or 2 things that are from this region. But yes, at the moment what he is doing for me is something very exciting. I am currently weaving with some sari silk, meaning that this is fibers that are reclaimed during the weaving process of saris in factories. So there'll be loads of threads which are then spun into a yarn. Now, I think I did speak about that before in the last episode, but I didn't have anything to show you because I hadn't made anything yet, so I decided to wait. But I have today a couple of skeins that are this beautiful light. I'm sitting in the natural light here by the window. So this is a skein of reclaimed threads from sari making. It's silk, and as you can see, it goes through, you know, the various colors that the fabric would have been, which is fascinating, absolutely fascinating, because you can almost see the design of the sari as you weave with it. I guess as you knit with it. I have knitted a sample, but my purpose is not for knitting. My purpose is most definitely for weaving, as it is quite sort of scrappy in a knitted iteration. I can get up just now and find the little cloth that I made, but these are a couple of the skeins, and they're primarily sort of off-white, but you know, inside them you will find these lovely pops of color. So that has been very exciting for me, getting my hands on this, finding it, weaving some cloth with it. Fortunately, I don't actually have the cloth here because that is actually with my tailor at the moment. He is busy making me some bags, but I do have a couple of bags, and I am madly in love with these bags. So here we go. This is a woven textile that I have woven on my rigid heddle loom, and Tara has transformed into this incredibly lovely, stylish handbag. Now this could be a project bag, it could be, you know, just a bag for going out. Just going to get up and show you. This one's got a slightly shorter strap, but I have another one here with a longer strap, this one behind me. But isn't this just fantastic? I am so impressed. I'm a relatively new weaver, so you know, everything is just a miracle to me as far as weaving goes. And the fact that I made it, I find that kind of hard to believe. But nevertheless, here is the product, and this bag has a zip opening, and you can see right inside it. You know, it's really great. And look at this incredible fabric we've decided to use. This is hand block printed cotton, and there are pockets. There's a pocket there, and there's another pocket there, and then there's a zip pocket that you may want to you know, put your little safe things in there, or your little project notions, or your purse if this is your bag. And then these bags will come with something that Tara decided to do, to use every little scrap of the woven yarn, right down to the little shortly cut fringe, which, you know, I wasn't going to use this for anything, but he's transformed this into a little purse, which is also lined with the lovely block print fabric, and that will go with the bag. So the bag will come with its own purse, and I think that's just fabulous. I love a completed item, you know. For me, it's always one thing being able to weave or being able to knit with a certain yarn and get a gorgeous textile, but then what do you do with that? And this is from start to finish handmade and recycled, so zero waste, which is totally stunning. And then every step of the way it's done by hand, and that is the main object of what I do. It takes time, I love it, I have time, it's my passion, and I can turn them into sellable products. So that's one. We've made two of the woven ones so far. This was the first one, and this is a bigger bag with longer straps, but nevertheless each one is totally unique. You can see all the lovely colors that came up during that weaving process. It's a bit more toned down, but every single one is totally stunning. It's got the black coming through, and then it's piped with this simple black piping just to sort of finish it off and give it a nice look. And again, this one's got its own little purse. So there wasn't really enough to make the whole entire purse out of the woven fabric. So he did the one side with the woven fabric, and then the other side is done with the block print cotton. So that is another bag. It's also got all the pockets on the inside. So this is a new product, and I'm going to make a few more of these, which I'll be bringing back. So today I thought I would just show you everything that I've made in this past, say, 6 months. All the materials I've been collecting, and some of the samples I've been making, and testing out materials, testing out yarns, new yarns that I'm going to try. Even done a test knit with some of the viscose silk yarn, and just everything that I have on hand. A couple of shawls that I started before I came, that I'm now still busy with. So it's just a smorgasbord of color and fun and texture. So, oh yes, there's one more bag that we made, that Tara made. This is not made out of my woven fabric, but this is equally special. I really, really love this. This is a bag made from a chain stitch embroidery known as Suzani, and I'm sure you've heard of it. It's normally very beautiful antique kind of colors. This is a new piece of Suzani. Nevertheless, it's totally gorgeous, hand embroidered with chain stitch, and again made into this stunning bag, which is very big and a wonderful, wonderful bag. It goes over the arm, it's got a long strap, and is massive. You can use it for projects, you can use it for a shopping bag, your regular handbag. It's totally fantastic. So I've just got some thread caught in the zip now, which is a bit of a pain. So I don't want to cut the thread. Let's see if we can zip our way over it. No, we can't. Anyway, that'll have to wait. So those are the bags, and they are lovely. Then I've been making some samples of various small items. I'm only coming back to South Africa in March, so all of these things will come back with me then. But I'll also be participating in an Easter market, if one can say the word Easter when it's not even Christmas yet. So I've been thinking of small products that I can make for the market, and this is one of them. This is a set of wrist warmers or decorative cuffs, which I think are just so cute, with this little lace border, and they just keep your wrists nice and cozy. I mean, I've got a long sleeve t-shirt on here, and they just actually happen to go very well with the red stripes, and they look lovely. I think they're really gorgeous. They go under your sleeves, they can go inside your jacket, they can go inside your sweater, and just keep your arms warm and give you this little lovely decorative border. So these are made out of fingering weight yarn, and they're from a design from Romy Hill, which I've had forever. I mean, I had these for years, this pattern, and suddenly I just decided, let's have a try. I never made them before, and they are gorgeous. So this is a striped version. I did also bring lots of yarn with me from South Africa, so these are sort of from my scraps, and I've blocked them. I've also made a lovely pair of socks. Oh, the light is very, very bright here, so I don't think you can actually see the color too well, but really there's nothing wrong with bright light. I'm sitting right in front of a window, but yeah, there's sort of a luminous green stripe and at the end of the cuff, and this is a sort of puff check fake stitch that I just decided to try out. I can't say I invented it, but it wasn't a stitch. I thought, let me just see how this works. So I've made one pair of socks, and with contrasting heels, toes and cuffs. And this is actually yarn from a Knotty Habit. This was going to be the colors I used for my Go-Go Dynamo shawl, the West Knits Cowl, and I did actually start it, but I stopped, and I continued with different colors because I didn't have any mohair that would go with this, and I really wanted to put in a mohair there. In fact, I used a lot of mohair in my Go-Go Dynamo, and so I put that on hold, and I thought I would knit another one, but I'm not interested in knitting another one, not now anyway. So this is the first thing that's come out of that yarn, which is a pair of socks. And you know, I'm basically going for small items, and when I get back to South Africa, it will be almost winter, it will be autumn. So I think that's the perfect time to come back with socks and wrist warmers and hats. So this is a very lovely, looks pretty simple, kind of slouchy beanie-ish type of hat. This is from Lavagna Patricella, and it was a free pattern, and it's called the Sporty Photographer hat. Now, I really like it. I really, really do. It's got a very, very long rib, 15 centimeters of rib, and then, you know, little straight section and then decreased. I've knitted it with fingering weight and mohair. It is designed for sport weight, so I just plumped up the fingering weight with that, and then I sort of graded the mohair. You can see the colors change, and that's just from putting a different mohair in with this very multicolored yarn. I'll put it on and show you. I'm not such a gorgeous hat wearer, but it's quite slouchy, you know. It has this lovely little puffy thing at the back, and because the rib is so long, it sits very nicely on your head. So this is a free pattern, and I would highly suggest that you give it a go. It's really fun, and actually it looks quite nice. I quite like it. I normally find I don't find myself that attractive in a hat. I feel like I'm not really a hat wearer. What I like about this is that it's not tight. Okay, it's not like squashing my head. I find being a glasses wearer, having hats and glasses at the same time, can become a bit painful after a while. But this is super comfortable, and it is quite chilly today. As you can see, I'm wearing a cowl, and I've got a couple of layers on. I could even have a shawl, but I'm indoors, and it's lovely, and the sun is shining outside, and it feels great. So that is my hat. Sporty Photographer, Lavagna Patricella. Very, very nice. I've actually made another one, but I haven't blocked it yet, so I won't show you. So now the latest thing I made, and in fact, I blocked this yesterday. This is a cowl from the designer known as Sweater Freak. And it's called the ribbed cowl. There's a ribbed hat, a ribbed cowl. I think there's one other thing as well. Can't remember. It might be a shawl. Oh, it's a very mini shawl. So I decided to try this cowl, and the reason I decided to try it out is because I received some yarn that's new to me. It's a DK double knit yarn, 100% merino, 100% Indian merino, which is very interesting. I've never used Indian merino before. And it's a non-superwash, which is something in South Africa that we never really see. All our yarn is commercially milled and non-superwash, unless it's hand spun. We don't get it. So this is, you can see it's got lovely definition. It's very bouncy, and you know, it is rustic, but it's definitely not prickly. It feels quite good actually. I'm not familiar with knitting with, no. I have knitted with Rana Phenol. That's from Norway, and that is a non-superwash. I've made a lovely little jacket out of that, and that is great. So anyway, I decided to knit this cowl, which has got quite an interesting shape. It's knitted all in one piece. You start off knitting it straight, backwards and forwards with a bit of short rows, and then here you join in the round and off you go with half a rib and half a ridged sort of stocking stitch ridges. While I was knitting it, I was not so sure. It felt quite tough on the hands, but now that I've blocked it, it's actually lovely. I wouldn't call it squishy. It's a little bit sort of crunchy, but it's definitely not something that's itchy. And I decided that testing it out as a cowl would be a very, very good test to see if it was wearable. Now this is very long, and I suppose if you're in the snow, you could cover yourself up like this. But I like to fold it over, that it's like a collar. And it actually doesn't really sit tight on the neck at all, but it's very warm and cozy. And I actually like this look. It would look lovely. This would be a lovely collar for a sweater. You know, it's high up, it's not on the neck, and I think I'm going to get a lot of wear out of it. So I am considering bringing back a few kilos of this non-superwash DK. I knitted this on a 4mm needle, bearing in mind it's completely in rib. So one would knit it actually on a 4.5 or maybe even a 5mm if you're not knitting it in rib. But you know, it's turned out really nice. I like this little slit on the side, and I think you'll agree it's actually very attractive. So that is the ribbed cowl from Sweater Freak, and I'm going to wear it today. I need to get a feel for it. I did get this was dyed up, variegated, I think it was called Orange Crush. It's sort of peachy, a bit of hair everywhere. And I will only be bringing back Natural, which is a cream, which could be very nice, you know, for one of these Scandinavian type cabled sweaters. I think cables will work very well in this yarn because it's got great definition. So that's what I'm considering doing. Let me know if you're in South Africa and you're interested in DK non-superwash in cream yarn. Let me know, and I will bring back as much as I can. That is that. Then I did a test knit for Twinset and Pearl. They are two lovely ladies from England. They're twins, and they have a podcast, and they design gorgeous shawls and socks, Jo and Rachel. And this is a very interesting, okay, I'm back and I have a visitor. This is Divya, the gorgeous Divya. She's the daughter of my dear friend. She's also my friend, where I'm staying, and she's popped in to visit. So I said, come and sit in and let's continue.
Let's continue.
Yes. So she also lives here, and she has recently finished studying. What were you studying?
Mass media.
Mass media in Mumbai, which is a big city very far away from here. I'm sure everybody's heard of Mumbai. And she's come to join us today. And I've just been showing her all the lovely silk. So she's holding up a top that I made out of the mulberry silk, which is gorgeous. And some of you might have already seen the mulberry silk. This is what it looks like in the skein. Very, very, very soft, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So this is a garment that I made last year. This, just want to give you a close up. I know the light is very bright here, but you can see the stitch definition on here. You can see the drape. It's just soft, floppy, gorgeous. And considering that I've worn this for a year and I haven't really pulled it, there's a few little bubbles of fluff, but not much. So this is a great quality. This is the best silk that I always bring back from India, and this time is no different. I have some gorgeous, gorgeous colors. These are just a few. This is a gorgeous, I know the light is extremely bright, and the shine on this is because it's silk and it has a sheen. That's a very interesting multicolor. And then this is more of a maroony, red, pink, and I have it in natural as well. So this is gorgeous. This is the mulberry silk, and I will be bringing quite a lot of this back home for sale. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And then I did also just want to show you, I made a shawl out of it. So this is a one skein shawl. This shawl is from Letty's Knits. It's a very old one. I can't actually remember what it's called, but I'll have to check it out. So it's got this lovely little lacy border, and the rest is garter stitch, and it's got a little picot edge. Now this was labeled as a one skein shawl, and in fact I was able to continue further with the design. So there's quite a lot of meterage on the mulberry silk, over 400 meters, and this is just like air. It's like air. It weighs nothing. It's got a lovely little warmth to it, although you could wear it in summer. It's very open. So look for one skein shawls if you're interested in working with the mulberry silk. And they make the most delightful little wraps. So that is that one. Then, oh yes, I was about to tell you about the test knit that I've just done. I did a test knit, I said for twin set in pearls, and I was sampling a new yarn, which is a silk and viscose yarn. Now this is very different from the mulberry silk. It's not shiny. It is more leaning towards the airy silk, which feels a little bit like cotton, except it has a super drape, very soft as well, and it holds a design. There is a cable in here. It might be a bit difficult to see the cable with the variegated. This was a variegated yarn that I received as a sample, and I just decided to try it out, but it's not really the best yarn to show off this cable in this light. But there we go. There's the cable on the border, and it's got a broken rib, and it's super duper long. I'm going to wrap it around Divya so you can actually see. Because she's wearing grey and she loves grey, and we're going to give her a bit of colour with it.
Looks nice.
There you go. Look how beautiful that is. So it's absolutely stunning. And this again is not very, very warm. It's warm enough, but it's not going to make you feel hot. You could even wear it with a little sleeveless or strappy top. It's just a nice little layer for the evening, or just to pep up your grey or your black outfit. Thank you. So that's that. You can keep it on for a while if you want. Yes. And so that's all the new stuff. Quite a lot of new stuff. We're already at 30 minutes. So the problem is it's very difficult for me to upload these videos. It's very slow. So I try not to make them too long. Otherwise it could take a couple of days. So I think what I'm going to end off with is just a couple of the whips. If you don't know what whips means, it's WIP, which means work in progress. I'm educating her. Maybe she'll be a knitter one day. You never know. So these are a couple of my whips. And you might have already seen this. I started this ages ago. In fact, I think I started this before I arrived in India in October, or maybe even on the first train trip. But this is a Stephen West shawl, and I'm only halfway through it, and it's very long. So this is the Resplendence Shawl in all these incredibly bright, gorgeous colors. You will definitely be noticed if you wear this. And I see this as being worn with a black outfit. In fact, I have a fabulous black dress here. I hardly ever wear black, but I bought a black linen dress just in case I had some fancy occasion. And in fact, I'm going to have a lovely fancy occasion in February when it's going to be the music festival in the fort. So I intend to wear my lovely black linen dress, which is just a black linen dress. But there's an evening performance, which is sort of like a gala performance, and it's held outdoors in a beautiful courtyard. This is the most stunning festival. I will be documenting that as well. And hopefully, if this is done, I will use this to drape over my gorgeous black dress. So this is quite a lot of yarn. Some of it I've dyed myself. I can't tell you which right now, but this is all from South Africa. It's merino wool and mohair. Sometimes the mohair is held double, as in the plain, that's 2 layers of mohair. Then the yarn over holes, which separate this beautiful squiggly design, are all done with a single strand of mohair to give this a very light and airy feel. So this is something exciting. I haven't touched it for a while. I've been very busy with everything else, but it sits next to me on my bed and at least I can see it. As you may notice, I hang things up all over. There are lots of places to hang things, and it just allows me to have a constant view of all my colors, which I love. And then the last one, this is something very interesting as well. This is a cowl, but it's going to be more like a large wrap, if you want. It's going to be joined into a circle. Right now, it is just one long piece, and it's started off with a provisional cast on. So you'll see I've got a cord in here, and this is the provisional cast on, and then it's knitted on the bias, so it's curving to the side, and then once it's twice this length, it gets joined in the circle, and then you slip it over your head. So unlike this one, which is quite small, this one will actually sit nicely on your shoulders. Now this is a fantastic stitch pattern. I really love this. This is from a South African designer called Bigger Than Life Knits. It's this slightly ruched up pattern, which her name is Nomvu. She's used it in a few of her projects. I actually test knitted a lovely small scarf out of this stitch, and I've gifted that to my sister in Australia. And there's also a big shawl, a triangular shawl, and now this scarf, this cowl. So I'm loving this color. This was actually put out as an Advent project using all the different colors in each stripe. I did not have an Advent. I had these 2 lovely skeins of super soft single fingering weight merino from Eldit Yarns. Quite an interesting color combination, and I tied them together with this lovely chestnutty brown. So I'm halfway through that, and I think this is going to look quite lovely. What do you think of these colors?
I like them.
Nice, the blue is nice. Eh? I'm not a blue person at all, but I am enjoying this together with the brown. So I think that for today, that is all the knitting and the weaving and everything that I have to show you. Let me just have a look around. If you could see down here next to me, which I'll slowly show you. No, I can't really. No, it's not really make sense. There's a huge mess here next to me, full of stuff that I now have to go and put away. This gorgeous silk. So this mulberry silk, what will I be bringing back to South Africa? Let's end with that. I will be bringing the mulberry silk. I will be bringing the this lovely combination. I don't have a lot of this. I have 2 colorways of that silk viscose, probably only 300 grams of each. I was just testing the waters with that, so I'll decide. And then if there is a response for the non-superwash DK Merino, I will have 2 kilos of that. I'll have bags. I'll have lots of different types of bags, not only my bags. Tara makes bags out of the beautiful traditional embroidery, pouches, project bags, purses. I'll have quite a lot of that as well. And I'm just checking up to make absolutely sure. Oh, I didn't show you this, which probably looks like nothing. This is a tussar silk fiber for spinning. So I got 100 grams of this tussar silk fiber, which I thought I would spin on my drop spindle. But I find it's not really great to spin unblended. So it would need to be blended with the merino, but it is, oh, it's so soft and so gorgeous. This is tussar silk and it is a natural shade. And I will have some of that as well. So that's it for me today and for this year. This is the last podcast of the year. I have been wanting to come on earlier, but I know everybody's been doing Vlogmas, and that's a daily thing, and that's just quite a lot of YouTube viewing. So I decided to wait. Vlogmas is not over, but it's nearly over. Everybody's going on holiday. I'm from South Africa. It's summer there. Everybody is on holiday there. So I decided to quickly jump in and just show you what I have. And I hope that inspires you. Let me know in the comments if there is anything that you're interested in. Otherwise, if you are subscribed to my WhatsApp group in South Africa, I will post the video there as well, so you can have a look at what I'll be bringing. I will also put some individual photographs a little later, probably in January, because I'm only returning in February. But what I normally do is I post everything there and I take the orders, because I don't bring large quantities back. I bring everything back myself personally because it just makes the most sense. So there is always a limited stock. So let me know. Otherwise, I guess you're on holiday in the Northern Hemisphere too, any day now, keep warm, happy knitting, happy crafting, and back home or in the Southern Hemisphere, enjoy the sunshine. If you're near the ocean, enjoy nature. If you're in the mountains, enjoy the mountains, and happy crafting. And I will see you again in January. Thank you very, very much for coming to watch today. Namaste. Thank you for joining us.
Anytime.